What's up, guys? Early morning review again. It's October 6th, almost Halloween. One of the best times of the year. October, Halloween is the start of the best time of the year. You've got Thanksgiving and you've got Christmas. And even though I know it'll be different without having my mom and stuff, there's still part of me that definitely loves the holidays. How's everybody's week been? Sunday. It's what time I like doing these. Kind of feel free. Shaved a little bit. This is how I shave, guys. I don't. It's that clean cut. Guess it doesn't really matter. Even I've looked at my analytics and I have no female viewers. Story of my life. No, I'm just playing. So what's up, guys? Had 13 subscribers last week. Made a comment on that. Messed around and got 30. Didn't think that was important to me, but I kind of think that's cool that I knows that that I know that you guys are watching this, that you actually like it. May not watch the whole thing, but I don't know. If you're in the Try Truth group, you know Mike's page, Mike Hall, and the Try Truth group. Again, go subscribe to that YouTube channel. If you haven't, subscribe to as much jewelry stuff as you can. Gus Villa Jewelry, do Daniel Jewelry Inc., do Saints Gold, do Jacoje, check out Links Resale, all those guys. Jewelry's awesome. Gotta love it. So today, I just want to start off and let everybody know that I hope you have had a really good week, and I hope you have even a better week coming up. Before we get into anything, I just want you all to know that I do take time, and I want you to know I'm praying for you guys. Thank you for subscribing to the subscribers. I'm not just praying for those people. I'm just anybody in general. But if you guys ever need anything, I feel like the Try Truth is a family created by Mike, and I just if you guys need anything, I'm in the group. You're welcome to hit me up. So today I'm wearing which again, I think this may look better at 22 on me and 24 inches. But I don't really care at the moment. It's fall, guys. I like longer chains when it's cold. If you throw on a hoodie, this goes from here to here anyways. 26-inch 5mm rope, and I put the standard Boss Cross on this. This is the biggest that I would go with a standard size, and we'll take that off and we'll look, just because you really want to have that room to slide back and forth. You don't want it coming over here and guys, I have these stupid things, but you don't want it coming over here and getting stuck. So we're gonna look at the 5mm rope today. This one is a Jacoje rope, guys, fancy jewelry. It's 18 karat. This one's 26 inches long. First rope I ever, so the first chain that I ever had, besides, I think my mom or whatever would buy me some, and I think I have a 10 karat gold plated Dallas Cowboy thing that came with a chain. Probably don't know where the chain is, but my first real chain my grandmother bought me from a place called Service Merchandise. I believe it was $100 for a Figaro, and of course it was sterling silver, and still have it, love it. Not the same color as it used to be. So I always have a spot in my heart for figs. They always make me happy, but the 5mm rope, I went and I really wanted a rope chain, and I thought 5mm was just the greatest. And I went to the mall and I checked that place out, and a lot of it was 10 karat gold. More than any of it was hollow for a couple $1,000. And who wants to do that? So I went to a mortar brick store, whatever, I'm not real sure. But I went to one of those, and the person that I went to is a great guy, awesome, but he runs a business, and it's not an internet thing. He has a store, and lots of employees, and lots of overhead, and it's more for diamonds and stuff like that. So I was like, man, I don't need all that stuff. So I bought a 14 karat from him, 5mm rope at 24 inches, and back then, this was like 5 or 6 years ago, because gold has gone up, you're looking at around $5,000 out the door. This is before you, and I know people are like, what? 14 karat, 24 inches, 5 millimeter. Okay, so later on, I had sold that, and I kind of regretted it. I've gone through different sizes. The 7 millimeter I will always have. It's cut at 21.5 inches. That's the one I have a piece buried with my mother. I have just a small piece there, and then I have a piece for my dad, and just for myself, and just kind of morbid, but cool, you know? Because when I wear that chain, I feel like my mom's with me and stuff. But moving on, the 5 millimeter rope, I think everybody has that toss up there. The 4 millimeter is probably, it's not probably, he says it's the most popular on Jacoje. Why? Well, because, I have a 4 millimeter right here. You get a lot of presents. Probably super awesome. Well, with a standard pendant, guys, sometimes the smaller the chain, the better the pendant looks. Like, you don't want to go super thin, but to me, this standard cross here would look a whole lot better, and I know that's not coming out the way you want it, on this 4 millimeter than it would on this 5. And it's gonna slide around a lot better. I know the 4 mil, but if anybody had, well, I don't know, if you had unlimited cash flow, you might get a huge guy, I don't know. The 6 millimeter, Braden has putting up here, and I don't know if, I didn't know if it sold a lot because Braden said it was awesome, so therefore it's awesome. However, I've had the 6 millimeter ropes, and they are okay. The 6.5, you guys have seen the review on that one. I can do a review on a 6 millimeter. Excuse me. It's between the 5 and the 6 for me. The 7 is a real good standalone, like, bam. So the 6.5 and up. That 6 millimeter is the end of subtle. And I'm 6'4", 245 pounds, guys. I gained a pound. It's not going to be subtle for everybody. The 5 millimeter rope is definitely smaller than the 6 millimeter. Now on Jacoje.com, I'm just going to tell you with my experience, when you get the 5 millimeter or lower, unless it says 3.5, then it's pretty dang close to 3.5. But with the diamond cuts, if you buy that 5 millimeter, you're getting 4 something. If you buy that 6 millimeter, they've been 6. That 6.5 was 6.5. My 7's 7. I've never had anything bigger than that. That's not. There's a dude in the group that has a gold coin. This is the gold ounce with, I think, an 8 millimeter rope, and super cool setup. I think that the 5 millimeter and the 6 millimeter would be knocking head to head if people were just buying for what they want. I think the 6 millimeter is probably the best standalone if you just want one chain and you're kind of medium or above build. That 6 millimeter is going to be where you want. If you want 18 or 14 karat, guys, I'm going to tell you right now, when it comes to these rope chains, it is hard, and you can tell. And I can tell more on just regular or plain is what they're called, not diamond cut. The difference in the color. When I get in the diamond cuts, the 14 and 18 karat gold ropes, it is very subtle, and you're paying a different premium for the 18 karat. Now you got to remember 57% gold. You're over 50% gold, but then you're adding a whole, almost 20% more. And so I know that's not right, but you're adding a lot more gold. So 75% gold. So out of 100, 75% of that is gold when it comes to 18 karat. But when it comes to the way they look, if you get a Jacoje 14 karat and a Jacoje 18 karat 5 millimeter, it's going to be very, very subtle. You've got the 18 karat. It does look, and then this is ropes. It does look, when I have them sitting somewhere and the sun's coming in, I can see that little bit, you know, that gold, because there is more gold, so I can tell. But if I handed it, forget that. If you handed me a rope and said, is this 14 or 18? I guess I'd say 14 or 18. Now, sometimes I can tell 10 karat. It just depends, because sometimes, I don't know if they're older or whatever, but they start to, I don't want to say tarnish, but that is under 50% gold. Nothing wrong with 10%, guys. It's still gold, still jewelry. Would you rather wear, I mean, people looking down on 10 karat gold. Would I wear it? Yeah, I've owned some 10 karat gold stuff. And it's like, what happens is people start thinking, man, it's under this, and it's still a little bit of gold in its jewelry. So people wear costume jewelry, people wear fake stuff. I mean, it doesn't matter if it makes you happy, if it looks good. It's supposed to complement your outfit. It's supposed to raise your confidence. It's supposed to make you happy, guys. Don't stress on this stuff. The 5mm rope for me, though, the 6mm, you really don't. These standard pendants, I wouldn't put on a 6mm. If I think they do fit, I wouldn't do it. They just, at that point, you've got something like this, and you've got something that's just bigger, and it just doesn't look proportional. So that's why I want a standard Boss Cross or something. I'm just going to tell you, I'm going to do a review on the Boss Cross. The standard and the mini. We'll do a comparison on the floodeds. The standard Boss Cross looks better on a 3.2 heavy link, in my opinion. 4 is okay, but once you get above that, it's like you're starting to take away from the pendant. 3.2, even the 2.7. You've got the 3.5, 4mm ropes. Absolutely beautiful, guys. But the 5mm rope is very special to me, and it's very, very, it's not that subtle, but it's not like flex, but it's like, oh, he's got a rope on. So to the average person, you know, like, I mean, even Braden looks great. He looks like he's, you know, eating healthy, doing very well. I mean, you guys see his videos, he looks good. So something on him that's a 5mm is going to look bigger than what it looks on me. So if I was just rocking around a 6.5, I'm not gonna lie, I don't know if any of you are like me, but half the time I feel like, man, this looks really good. And I'm not just talking about that, anything. And then the other time I'm like, man, this looks terrible. I better trade it or sell it or get something different. I don't know, this ain't me anymore. And then it's like, oh, well, I really missed that. And it's like, this is what reviews are for, is to try to help you if you are on the edge of that 5 and that 6. If you're wanting something that's just a little more like, me, it's about weight. I like the 6mm, you're talking about 70 grams and stuff when it comes to 18. And I like that, but if I want to pair it with another chain, and we've already talked about that, you know, the 97 grams on a 6.5, 26-inch, 14 karat rope, you start getting a headache or, you know, pains in your neck. And that's not that heavy. I'm just saying it's like you have to take your rope off and then you have nothing. Whereas if you pair this, like for instance, I have this concave, which doesn't weigh very much. But if you had, for instance, let's ignore that. If you had maybe this 4mm rope up in here at 22 inches, okay, because I think that I wouldn't want this lower. On the ropes and the flats, guys, to me, ignore the top part. So that if you're going to double layer or double stack or whatever stack, this would just be a stack. The longer, the flat curb, if the rope is smaller, the rope needs to be above the flat, in my opinion, just in mind. And that's a 4mm rope with a 5mm concave flat from Jacoje. This is about the